welcome. This is Arunava Chaudhuri. You can follow me under my social media handles, arunfoot. The topic today that I wanted to discuss is the finances of the All India Football Federation. There was a report last week in the Hindustan Times from Dhiman Saka, which has been quoted quite a bit across social media and also in other media reports in regard to the AIFF cutting down on its budgets and how they're cutting down on their budgets. Now, a lot of people, I think, are not very clear, what does the AIFF actually spend money on that it generates? To come to the money generation part first, the biggest contributor of all is surely FSDL, their commercial partners of the federation. That's a large chunk of money. There's a lot of grants which the AIFF gets from world governing body FIFA. There are grants which come in from the Asian Football Confederation. So that's a large chunk of money that gets in. And there is money also that they get from the government, and they generate via fees that are levied across different areas. That's where the money comes in, and that adds up. And some would say about 120, 130 crores is what the AIFF is generating at the moment. More 120 than rather 130 crores. That's the generation part. Now, when you look at the expenses part, you will see that the AIFF, of course, is spending quite a bit on running the national team or the national teams, which is the men's and the women's and all the junior teams which are there, which means it combines the salary of the coaches, the traveling costs, the cost of organizing matches. All these things are involved in that. And then on the other side, you have the federation running the leagues. And it starts with the I-League, with the Indian Women's League, I-League 2, I-League 3 nowadays. But then there are the costs in regard to organizing, running the state competitions, where there nowadays are very often there are partnerships with states who sort of offset the costs of the federation, as, for example, as recently as Arunachal Pradesh has done for the Santosh Trophy. That's the other side. Then, of course, there's the coach of the scouting network, the coaching network, the coaches who do the coaches education courses for the federation. There, of course, is a marketing/media department, which also exists besides, of course, the partnership with FSDL. So these are the things. There are some other areas, other costs involved in the federation as well. So these are all the costs that there are. But one thing has to be said, that the federation, the new management, if we can call them new after 18 months, might have thought it might be a little bit easier to try and generate more revenue, more money to be able to run the federation and to do things. One area which I didn't say, of course, are the state associations, who also get sort of grants from the AIFF to run things. Organizers of the grassroots Blue Cups programs also get support from the national body. Now, that's the thing, that's the situation. And the money that the AIFF get has sadly not grown over the last few years. That's a challenge. That's a huge challenge for Football House in regard to trying to create a means and ways of generating revenue for Indian football, which goes back into the game and organizing these leagues and competitions. And especially our youth tournaments, our grassroots tournaments need better organization, better structure in the boys and the girls section for us to be successful in the long term. For that, we need to generate more revenue. And that is the biggest challenge of the All India Football Federation. At the moment, it's trying to cover the costs in trying to keep the system running. I think this is something which a lot of people did not understand with the old regime, that they tried to keep the system running with all the difficulties and especially the financial situation, because there's no one really who's coming forward and saying, listen, you know what, I want to be a sponsor of Indian football. These are realities, sometimes harsh, sometimes brutal realities, but they're there. And I hope that the AIFF is able to generate more revenues, that FSDL extends their contract and maybe is able to generate more revenue for themselves and for the All India Football Federation, because that is all money which goes back into football. And that is the challenge. What is your thought? What do you guys think with my little explanation about, what is the financial situation of the federation and how does money come in and how does money go out? Let me know. And as always, like, share these videos, subscribe to Arun Foot, not only here on YouTube, but all of my social media handles. And I'll be back soon. This is Arunava Chaudhuri. Bye for now.